the mic. I think we'll be live soon. Just have to check real quick. Yeah, I think we're live. So we're gonna react to David caught with more incriminating evidence, and we'll just see what it says. I mean, what people have to say.
Today is January the 2nd, 2026. Today is exactly 1 year to the very day since Celeste Rivas Hernandez was last seen alive, at least in a picture that has now been released officially. This is the young 14-year-old girl that was found deceased in the...
It's crazy to think about, like, she went missing for a full year. No, it's been a year since she went missing. I'm not fully awake. Wait.
Trunk of a Tesla belonging to the singer David, towed away from a couple of streets away from the Hollywood home that he was living in. And there's some very, very suspicious questions being asked. And we're finally seeing this final picture. There were pictures going around of what looked like David and Celeste out the night before New Year's Eve back at the end of 2024 going into 2025. That was the last picture that we had seen of Celeste out and about, alive and well. There had been rumors that maybe January the 2nd was the last day that she had been seen. This is something that the private investigator Steve Fisher had put out there publicly. He had let everybody know that this was the last time that she had been seen. And now the photograph, the last living photograph of her, has circulated. And unfortunately for David, it ties back to him once again in some of the most...
Okay, so just first off, we always go with the innocent until proven guilty. I just feel like the internet has gathered so much evidence. He's guilty until he's proven innocent. Anyway,
suspicious ways possible. So there's a whole bunch of posts I'm going to break down to you in this video, and let's start with what Steve said when he posted the picture. He put
1 year ago today, January 2nd, 2025, is the date of the last known photo my investigation has uncovered of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. It is important to emphasize that law enforcement investigators have access to more extensive resources, and we may very well have images or evidence from after this date. This is not to suggest to... Well, this is not to suggest... I hope you read it.
This on his Twitter. He said, 1 year ago today, January the 2nd, 2025, is the date of the last known photo my investigation has uncovered of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. It's important to emphasize that law enforcement investigators have access to more extensive resources and may very well have images or evidence from after this date. This is not to suggest that anything specific happened on that date, only that it is the last confirmed time and date stamped piece of evidence that I have showing that Celeste was alive. According to the image's metadata, the photo was taken at 5:05 p.m. on January the 2nd, 2025, and geolocation analysis shows it was taken in Baldwin Hills, California. Now, what's really interesting about this, here's the image I'll show you in full. It's a very interesting image. It shows Celeste. In my opinion, it appears very clearly to be her. And it's in an interesting location. It seems to be sort of on a roadside, near a property, a gated property. There's sort of a pathway going off there, but there's some very interesting things in the comments that I want to point out.
Oh, in the
it says
comments,
this
okay.
image represents the last confirmed proof of life of Celeste.
This is... Yeah, I don't see what's interesting.
January the 2nd, 2025, 5:05 p.m. in Baldwin Hills, California. There might be more evidence. This is the last publicly verified date stamped confirmation that she was alive, and it's a critical piece of evidence. Now, straight away in the comments, our boy David is getting cooked, okay? He posted this.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, maybe it was about the sweater, while, like, they say the picture was tied to David. Yeah, no, it's cooked. I mean, 1 year of him, bro. Yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird.
It says pictures I've taken instead of dropping an album, and somebody has circled this little
I didn't even see that. I have bad eyesight. I have glasses, but I still didn't see that.
product here. Can I zoom in? Can we zoom? Look at that. It's a hoodie with holes in it. That's already ominous on its own. Already ominous on its own. People said David. And I like when they address David personally, because I feel like it kind of gives like a, you know, it's kind of sticking it to him a little bit, because there's still been no accountability in the situation yet. So David, it's interesting how the sweater she was likely last seen wearing, your sweater, shows up here posted by you one day after her last confirmed proof of life, January the 2nd. She was found wearing a tube top. Coincidence? Only you know. People saying good catch. Yeah.
The thing is, the internet is really good with details. Like, they found every details. I don't even think the cops would have found the exact details, or at least in the same time as the internet did. Like, it's insane investigation.
Yeah. The 3rd of the 1st. Not a good look. Not a good look. It's the same hoodie. There it is. Very, very bad look, David. All right. I'm tired of seeing this guy's face. I'm actually really tired of seeing this guy's dumb face. It says, you can see her other clothes in the hamper. It just looks like a random everyday picture of his life while they were living together to me. He's obviously not the brightest criminal. But I don't think even he would be stupid enough to post something like that if she had just died. However, it does give me the creeps that the hoodie has rips in it, like a strange foreshadowing. It's a good point. Looks like there is a laundry basket. That looks like a girl's clothes, but you never know. David be dressing in the girl's clothes sometimes. And hey, nothing wrong with that. Okay, nothing wrong with that. But
no, like, I just feel like it's kind of like not a proof that he's guilty, but it's like something that should raise our eyebrows, especially with like the furnace and every other things. If you tie everything together, he's guilty. Like, I don't feel like there is any point of like circling around the plot. He's guilty.
Not a great look. It says the photo was posted one day after Celeste's last proof of life. It's an observation about ownership, timing, and a missing garment. Those things matter when reconstructing a timeline, especially when the hoodie most likely appears to belong to him and Celeste was later found without it. So this is another post. It says, David, same hoodie model, different color, yours this time. Makes it interesting that Celeste was last seen in one but found without the hoodie you also owned. So someone leaked this song in Discord last night, so I guess it's my sign to stop making you guys wait for stuff. It is ominous.
Wait, same hoodie model, different colors. So what does that mean though? Because it's like the same but different.
Obviously, it doesn't mean anything. These hoodies are produced with all these rips in it, but it's a little bit creepy, right? People saying they were probably matching.
Yeah, possible. But like, I didn't see the difference in colors though.
Very weird to be matching with your underage GF, but hey, I don't know how you guys get down. It says, what a sad end for this young woman. I know we change a lot throughout life, but she looks different in almost every photo. He traveled a lot. Was she left alone? I can only imagine the sadness of seeing her family seeing these updates. We don't know if they really did everything they say they could. He was saying, guys, just a question, don't attack me. Is it certain that this young woman is Celeste? He was always with someone who looked like her. I think the police will do facial recognition, right? The woman in this photo seems to have a piercing between her eyes. Or am I imagining things? Those darn hoods were all the way over her face. I don't see any piercings, but it could be someone other than Celeste. Is there any confirmed pic of Celeste's side profile out there that can be used for comparison? I don't think that could be
Personally, I don't see any piercing. But like, could be Celeste, could not be Celeste. We have other evidence. Like, if that's not something tying David to Celeste, we have plenty of other stuff that could tie David to Celeste. That's not something that we're liking over here.
That's not necessarily a piercing. I think that, in my opinion, looks just like Celeste, but and she looks small. But hey, if we want to cope and we want to act like this David kid is such a effing pussy ass bitch, I rock with that comment, I'm not gonna lie. So basically, this picture has been doing the rounds on all the Reddits, and people have just been giving their opinions on it, saying this is the last proof of life for Celeste 1 year on. People said, poor kid, I hope this wasn't her last night. And they have actually geolocated exactly where this photograph was taken. And there is actually a full Reddit post that kind of digs into this location and where it was found. They're saying this is the last location. It's on Hetzler Road in Los Angeles, I believe. And this is the last location she was seen alive. I guess it's up towards Santa Clarita. Oh no, that's Santa Clarita up there. My LA geography, California geography is not the best. You know, I do be spending time there, but
personally, mine is worse. I wouldn't even know where I am. No matter where I go, I will never know where I am. But that's the detail. No, the thing is, like, I feel like it's a good thing and a bad thing that we have like so many people on the internet talking about that case, because he raised awareness and he also raised proof, and like he points finger to the guilty person. But once again, like, I'm in doubt of the efficacy, because like the families will probably get impacted by seeing so many videos. They either feel support or feel even sadder from what happened.
I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I guess, what's that, near Beverly Hills? That looks like near where he was living-ish. I guess he was up in the hills, that'd be up here. People saying, how did you find it so fast? Good job. This guy says, I'm a PI in another life. I wish. All right, maybe Steve Fisher is hiring an understudy. He says, it's Celeste's last known alive location found by SF and not the official evidence, so we don't know exactly where she was last seen alive, but law enforcement would have more on this. Good luck. Well done with the picture. How did you find this? What date was the photo taken? If real, wow. SF posted the photo. Again, I do feel like SF is a little bit crazy with, you know, with drip feeding this information to the public. But hey, if that's how he wants to do it, that's how he wants to do it, man. But yeah, this has been going around a whole bunch of subreddits. Everybody's been kind of looking into it. Just, you know, really just mourning the loss of Celeste. We all...
Who's SF? Because like, I know there was like the dude that was renting his house to David, if I ain't mistaken. But who's SF? Yeah.
Want justice for her. Rest in peace. It really is sad, everything that went down. And, you know, it's been, like I say, it's not a year anniversary of her being found, but it's a year anniversary of the last day that she's officially been seen, and people are just desperate for an update. And this is just another different subreddit, but they're all noticing the same things. Playboy Carti's alt account also noticed that was the hoodie there.
Yeah, I agree with puzzle-headed pin 4278. Like, I don't judge people for what they do, but I judge him because he like did something horrible, and I feel like he's like less than human, so I would feel like it's okay to judge. I ain't sure if that logic is okay to have, but I don't think it's the worst things to do. I think there are worser things that you could do. For example, killing someone, and that's what he did. So I feel like I'm kind of allowed to judge him, and I feel like he's a bad person. No matter like if he killed her or not, he's a bad person, cause she was underage. But yeah.
People saying, does anyone else look at this dude's pictures and think, man, what a total effing cornball? He was a cornball for sure. He's a cornball for sure. And he thought he was him. That's the thing. David thought he was him. And it turns out, if by him you mean a suspect, then yes, he is him. He is indeed him. All right. But he really thought he was him. I might be reaching, but it looks like she's wearing a tube top, or at least a tube top or tank top underneath that holy hoodie. You can see the skin of her upper back, but lower on the hoodie you can see a black shirt underneath. Good catch. Oh, no way. Is that true? Tube top?
How?
I personally can't see that. Are they saying that that's skin and then that's...
How do they see that? Like, what type of eyes do they have? What type of eyes do they... Like, what type of eyes do they have?
Cloth of a hoodie. Obviously, the reporting was that she was found in a tube top. So if that's the case, who knows if that's actually when the murder took place, the alleged murder. That is crazy. It says you're right on the unedited photo. This has to be around the same time she died. It doesn't have to be, but they did say she was found in a tube top. That confirms what he said himself. The photo made my stomach drop. So sad. So people have been asking, was the photo of her double head on the tree and his knife photo the day before, or are they from the same phone? I think this is around the time she was killed. Also, keep an eye out for that jersey hoodie she has with holes cut in it. Maybe one of them is wearing it. So the photo of the mirrored head image of Celeste The mirrored head image of Celeste next to tree at night was taken on December the 30th, 2024, just before midnight. The image of David waving the knife around was taken a few minutes later. Both photos were taken
My bad. I don't know if y'all could hear me, but this is really, really suspicious. This is really, really suspicious. Like, I haven't seen those photos. But like, it sounds really, 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 really bad. It sounds really, really, really bad. I feel like that's enough proof to lock up a lot of people. Like, no matter what's the case, if you see the victim and the killer posting pics in the same place, 3 minutes apart, and the killer has a knife in his hand, I feel like that's enough just to arrest him or do something.
In the vicinity of Figueroa and 3rd in downtown LA. Says, to be honest, I'm kind of exhausted on all the theories of what we're speculating because none of us know the truth. We just know this young lady passed away by the hands of this predator.
That's true.
Allegedly, justice for Celeste. We need to see justice at some point, okay? They're saying this is an image posted on X with the filter removed. It looks like it does match the color of the sweater found in his room. He was saying it looks like it's right near the Culver City staircase. I tried to see if there were any events on that day specifically, but I couldn't find anything in that area besides potentially a film festival that might bring them there. But I did look up the address and it's eerie. You can see basically exactly what she must have been seeing. People saying RIP Celeste, she probably had nowhere to go. She was at risk and taken. Yes, because they have broken up, but she was still staying with him, probably scared to go home. What's interesting, it says the January 2nd, 2025 post on his Extra David account of the death by smoking billboard is literally right next to this location. Wow. If this is the Culver City stairs, which is making me think that she was definitely probably alive during the beginning of those weird Japanese scenery photos. That's very interesting. I wouldn't say it's right next to it. A 13-minute drive's pretty close, but I wouldn't say right next to it. But hey, that, you know, you pop over there, take a little snap of the stop smoking billboard. I don't think that we for sure know she died on January the 2nd. That's just the only pictures of her being alive that we've seen in the public.
Yeah, we don't know when she died. I'm sorry, I wasn't talking for a long time, but we don't know when she died. I was like just reading the stuff and try to think in my head, and it just feel like weird to like just go around the thought process of like she died, the dude killed her, and like we never knew he killed her until like 4 months ago. But yeah, like some people were like, yeah, that's a great artist, like yeah, go listen to his songs. And then we realized he not only was a pedo, but he killed, like, allegedly killed someone.
So this is the actual location of this picture. Interesting. Wow. So that was that from his More David account. Wow. So is that depicting it's the same posts and the same railings, and like this is like the Culver City walk? Damn, that's crazy. People saying good thinking, Ginny. If anyone can pinpoint Google Maps as such, this overexposed image might help. I'm not talking about the location of Celeste's photo that others already targeted. The photo that Ginny shared from David's posts. Interesting. Looks like this to me, trying to figure out what part of the trail it's on. I have an all trails account. Sometimes it will tell you exactly where the image was taken on the trail, but no luck here. I did see it come up with a reverse image search as being a stroller friendly trail, which would align with Peach's location as it could be right on or off of the path from main view. Wow, skills. So they found it. Is this the exact spot? Is that the exact spot?
Okay, the internet.
People saying
the internet is way too good. The internet is way too good. They found the exact spot. I'm just saying, like, we have to give the flowers of all the internet detectives, because like even though it's not something like that we can take as legal proof, it's still a lot of work that's been put on, so we can give them their flowers, I feel like.
Picture doesn't even look like her. I think the picture looks exactly like her, to be honest. Let's be real. It says it's interesting that Baldwin Hills has never come up before, as far as I'm aware, in any discussion of David in Los Angeles. Historically, Baldwin Hills was known as the Black Beverly Hills for becoming the center for the black middle and upper class. Especially from the 1960s onward, it attracted prominent black actors, musicians, and professionals due to its beautiful homes and views, despite restrictive covenants initially barring minorities from areas like View Park, which eventually integrated, creating one of the largest, wealthiest African-American communities in the nation. Why did David take Celeste there? I don't know, but I've talked about restrictive covenants in videos before, and that definitely was a very bad thing, restricting certain groups of people from having properties in certain areas. So yeah, that's an interesting little reference. But anyway, so he has a whole camera full of footage of her. He only released a couple of photos of her. It's David's old camera, and I kind of get where they're coming from with this comment. It says, I wish he would stop dribbling information and release all the images already. So is he just going to trickle the photos for the next couple of months? Releasing the photos doesn't harm the investigation. He also should probably give her family those pictures if he isn't going to show them to the public. And this is the Baldwin Hills Scenic Overlook. Baldwin State Park, located in Culver City, California, 26 minutes from the Vieira House and Doney House. Wish we could see the actual timestamp of the photo, but apparently we do know it. It's 5:05 p.m. 2025. Yeah, super creepy that the shirt has holes in it.
To be honest, I feel like I have to stop there because like there is nothing really interesting in that. However, I heard like something about like chainsaws or stuff like that. I'd have to look it up. Chainsaw, because like I heard about that. Yeah, News Nation. Wait, actually, I forgot I had an AI in my browser. A chainsaw was discovered inside the Hollywood's Hill rental home of the R&B singer David, whose real name David Anthony Burke, according to private investigator Steve Fisher. Oh, that's what they mean by SF. Who was hired by the property owner to examine the premises. The chainsaw was described as unused and still had protective shield over the chain, indicating that it has not been used for any typical household or landscaping purposes. Fisher said there was no legitimate reason for a chainsaw to be present at a residential property in the Hollywood Hills. Suggesting it may have been intended to elicit use. So yeah, this plus the burn cage is a lot of weird things to have at your house. I'm not like a judge or anything, it's just weird. This discovery was made alongside a burn cage incinerator, which was also found in a garage, and advertised to reach temperatures up to 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit, high enough to incinerate human remains. The incinerator was reportedly ordered under a false name and is not legal for residential use within the city limits. These findings are part of I need water. I just need water. I can read. I just need water. These findings are part of the evidence being presented to the LA County Grand Jury, which is considering a possible murder indictment against David in the connection of the death of the 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose body was found in the trunk of a Tesla. Okay, so basically, all those evidence are actually taken in consideration by the judge, but I just feel like he's guilty. Like there's no way around that. He's guilty. You can say anything you want. There is no way around that. He's guilty. I just know it. He's guilty. But yeah, I'm in the live right now. See.